Welcome to my personal playstyle for Quinn,
I'd
Demacia's
keep my
Wings.
head down if I were you.
I like to build Quinn as a sustained damage auto attacker, as opposed to a burst at caster. The reason for this is the amount of damage that you can dish out through your passive, as well as the fact that she's a shorter range AD carry, so keeping her alive is very important. Now, the core items for Quinn that I like to build start off with Berserker's Greaves. This increases your movement and attack speed for better sustained damage and mobility. This is followed up by Blade of the Ruin King in giving you more attack speed, lifesteal, and damage, as well as a movement speed stealing active to keep you mobile. This is ended with Bloodthirster, giving you more raw attack damage as well as lifesteal to keep you sustained during fights. Situational items that you'll want to start looking at include things like Last Whisper for more raw damage and armor penetration if the enemy is stacking armor, Guardian's Angel to keep you alive as your short range makes you very vulnerable, Trinity Force because you can make great use of the Sheen procs as well as the movement speed granted through Phage. And lastly, items like Static Shiv or Infinity Edge can be very powerful on Quinn, but should be taken very heavily into consideration only if you're very far ahead or if you have a very tanky team that can keep you safe, as Quinn is very squishy and these types of builds, while very rewarding damage-wise, are very risky. In this first clip, I show some of the utility built into Quinn's kit. As I trade with Lucian, Thresh moves up to try and grab them. However, he misses. I do, though, catch Lulu out with Volt, slowing her enough that Thresh is able to easily grab her with his ultimate. We quickly focus her down and move on to Lucian. However, Thresh almost dies, but the blind from my Q prevents him from finishing him off. Whereupon I execute him with the last shot of my ultimate. In this second clip, I'm heading down towards bottom lane to try and assassinate the enemy Lucian. Moving in on him with my ultimate, I hope to end it quickly, but Udyr comes out of the brush, forcing me to retreat. Using the movement speed from my ult and the Blade of the Ruin King active, I create enough distance to get away safely. I further increase this using the fixed jump distance on Volt, forcing Udyr to retreat from under my turret. In this next clip, I showcase the actual assassination potential of Quinn's ultimate. I'm forcing this lane in on Caitlyn and Lulu. After clearing the minions, we move forward, and Thresh grabs Caitlyn. I intend to go on her, but she instantly gets out using 90 caliber net. I instead turn my attentions to Lulu, and we quickly finish her off. As we back off, Caitlyn thinks she's safe. She starts to move forward just to get a bit of farm and push the lane out so she can recall. However, using the great movement speed granted for my ultimate, I quickly sneak behind her and finish her off using the execute. In this next scenario, I move on to a bit larger scale of a fight. I'm clearing red buff near the top lane as my team prepares to clear dragon. As I finish, I look down and see that my team has already started. I approach from the middle lane, taking a safer route through the channel between the lane and the brush.
Stay alert.
Seeing Riven, I try to ward the brush to provide my team some vision. We catch out Pantheon, and Wukong initiates, getting all 5 people. I stay as far back as I can, focusing down everyone who dives into the team. Using my ultimate, I hunt down everyone else, using it as one of its 2 greater purposes, escaping or cleaning up after fights. Caitlyn barely escapes through use of Barrier, and Lux grabs a great light binding, keeping me from finishing off the rest of their team. However, we cleared Dragon and came out ahead in the fight. In this last clip, I showcase my build's potential for keeping you alive. My team is very ahead at this point, and we've decided to push middle lane. We're waiting for the rest of our team to arrive so we can initiate the fight. We are trying to keep our distance from the enemy Gragas, who is very strong at this point and has a large amount of burst damage. We begin to move forward, knowing that our allied Pantheon is going to be ulting in to initiate the fight. As he begins his ultimate, however, I notice Nasus circling around behind us. I turn around to address this, but quickly realize I'm in a very bad position, as the enemy Evelyn joins him in attacking me. Using the move speed from my ultimate and the Blade of the Ruined King active, I escape and help my friendly Vladimir turn back around on them. We quickly burst down the enemy Nasus, and with the help of my team, we've won this fight. Thank you for watching this video. Remember to rate, comment, and subscribe, and leave suggestions for who I should cover in my next personal playstyle.